There are multiple reasons why I'm doing this recipe. Partially, of course, it's fall. And it's apple pie season. Everyone wants apple pie. My family loves apple pie. It's my dad's favorite. But also, this is a redemption apple pie because a couple weeks ago, I went apple picking and I was like, oh, great, I'll make apple pie for my family. And it was amazing. I spent hours in the kitchen making a crust from scratch. After picking the apples, just putting so much time and effort into it. And then I put it in the car. And oh, by the way, I'm using the Betty Crocker apple pie recipe. I'll have everything linked in the description. So this is starting with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. But I put it in the car, and so I'm at a intersection, and of course there's a yellow light. So then I was like, oh, I guess I'll have to speed up a little. And then at the last second, I see a cop at the intersection. So I slam on the brakes, and the pie goes flying, and... basically, it was like apple pie crust was left over, which was still good, but all that time and effort and work was like for nothing. Okay, so that's good. So that's first cup. So my family got to enjoy the little bit of apples that were left in the apple pie as well as the crust. So this is a secret redemption apple pie, and they have no idea that I'm making this apple pie for them. I'm just going to show up at the candy shop where my family is today, and we'll surprise them with some vegan apple pie. So we got all the flour in there. Then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. Ooh, it's gonna be salty, but that'll be good. This is where it calls for 2/3 of a cup of shortening, and I am using the sticks of butter that I got here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, yeah, that actually cut through a knife like butter. But I think I'm supposed to do it in like kind of small pieces. So we're gonna use a very advanced technique called scissoring. Is passed down from my ancestors. Brought over this technique on the boat. Pretty much it. You're gonna make sure that the butter is very small, so it's gonna look kind of weird, but like what the recipe recommends is like going like this with the butter, just like chopping it up really fine. If you got a way to chop it up even finer before you put it in here, that'd probably work too. This video is not about somebody who is an expert with making apple pie. I've made it one other time. I want to show you guys that, look, if I can do this, you can definitely do this, because I don't always know exactly what I'm doing, but I can still make an apple pie from scratch. It's not as intimidating as it may seem. And this is also just a redemption story. And I'm making my family happy story. By the time we do this recipe, I feel like, Scott, you'll be like, oh, you know what? I could actually make apple pie. Like,
I'm gonna go home and make it myself.
Yeah. And then you go to the store, you're like, well, I could just buy it for $10. So. Save all that time. I'm good. If you have a pastry blender, it's faster, but I don't have one of those, so that's why I said just use like the knife technique. And then after I have everything chopped pretty small, I'm just gonna use a fork to kind of whisk everything together and start mixing in the water. So we are done mixing up that butter and flour mixture, and now we're going to be just mixing the very cold water in 1 tablespoon at a time. And it is actually important that you use cold water, and it is also important that you don't use melted butter. I don't know the exact reason, but I do know that it helps form the crust better. I'm sure some sort of chemist can let me know in the comments if Walter White is watching. Maybe he can let us know. Oh wait, I think I only used 1/3. I only used 1/3 of cup of butter. Yeah, I'm supposed to use 2/3 of a cup of cold shortening.
More butter, stat.
Yeah. When you make your own crust, you realize how unhealthy it is, and that's also why it tastes so good. And you know what? We already messed up a little bit and kind of mixed up the order of things, but it is what it is. I think it's gonna be okay. I do think that it's important to follow recipes as far as like, you know, the order of things, because a lot of times there's things that you may not have considered. But if you accidentally make a mistake, you know, just keep chugging along. There was one time that I forgot to add yeast to bread, and I'd already mixed all the flour and stuff together, and like while I was kneading it, I was like, oh, I forgot. And then I literally just added the yeast, the amount that you're supposed to add. Usually I would add it with the water and stuff like that and let it rise a little. There was no difference. So usually I would still do it the way you're supposed to, but even if you make a mistake, sometimes you may not even notice. And then other times it's actually a pretty big mistake. Like, remember I showed you the artichoke dip thing that they tried to make on that Canadian news station?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't have any lemon juice, so I just chopped up an orange. And they're like, what? That's why it tastes so acidic. And like burning everyone's throats. Okay, now that I put the correct amount of butter in, I've mixed in some of the water. I'm just going to do this and then see if I need to add any more water, because this is not like bread, and actually you're not supposed to knead it too much or it'll make a kind of tough crust. But I do kind of want to get a gauge of like if I want to add any more water or not. And I do have to make them like into basically like two circles, because one's going to be the bottom and then one's going to be the top of the crust. Okay, well, it's a little bit crumbly, but I think I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I'm very meticulous, so I'm going to weigh it and make sure that down to the gram, it's like pretty close. I got 244 grams, 225, that's not bad. 233, 234. I don't think I can get much closer than that. So I'm just going to flatten these out and put them on a pan. I might have actually added too much water, but we will see. Worst case scenario, I can always add more flour. So we're just gonna flatten that out, put this in the fridge for 45 minutes, and we'll come back to it. I had to actually watch a video about how to use an apple peeler. I don't know if you guys have one at home or if you guys just like do it by hand. I've done that before, it's a little tedious. This is a lot faster if you can get one of these. This is a really cool thing. It suctions right down, just, and it's like stuck to the table. Dab this onto here. And then this, you actually will use your screwdriver to tighten or loosen it depending on how close you want it to the apple. Probably fine like this. Move this so I can crank it. Forgot I'm right-handed for a second there. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's too big. Oh no. It's just gonna go right through the apple. That's the first time that's ever happened. And we caught it on camera.
Oh no.
All right, so maybe I can just go, yeah, I can just do this too. It's an apple holder.
Yeah.
Oh, that's juicy. Well, I got most of the core out. So I inspected the last apple. The inside, like the middle, was pretty soft, so I think that that's why I did, but we're also trying a smaller apple, so we'll see if this works any better. And I did make it a little bit closer. Okay, so yeah, so this is what it should look like. Peels it pretty fast, and it should come off relatively easy like that. And then you can just, oh well, I'll just eat that. That's all. I'll also eat that. But yeah, usually like the top part and the bottom part don't get cut quite as well, because they're like sometimes they're slightly odd shaped at the top or the bottom. But the middle part should be the part that really got skinned. But then you also got to be careful not to get any apple seeds in there or anything. But then because this was getting chopped as it was getting cored, you just have to do like a little quarter chop and then it's good. This is about 4 cups. So we just have to do that one more time. So because those were very large apples, I only needed like maybe 4 of those Honeycrisp apples. And I'm very excited about this. I've never made Honeycrisp apple pie before. I don't know what apples I used before, but it's not Honeycrisps. So that is a 1/4 cup of flour. We have a 1/3 to a 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm just going to do 1/2 cup and just do, maybe if I can measure it out properly, maybe like slightly less than a 1/2 cup. Go. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, but of course I'm going to do like heaping because I love seasonings. Nutmeg, it also says 1/2 teaspoon, but you know what, we'll go heaping too. There we go. And then it just says 1/8 teaspoon of salt, but that's pretty much all you need for that. That might even be more than enough. So I think that's it. So now we just stir it all together while we're waiting for the pie crust to be done setting in the fridge. Time to sprinkle the table with a little flour. I do think I need to add a little bit more flour to this because you can like really see like where the butter is. And last time I made this, that was not the case. So we're just gonna hope for the best. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just throw this into a little ball and then roll it out. Good suggestion, Scott.
That's what I think.
Because I mean, you can like see, like it's like oozing with butter, which I don't think it's supposed to do with the crust. I don't know. What do I know? I feel like the last time I made this crust, it went better.
You're the crust expert.
If I'm the crust expert, I don't know what people who aren't crust experts know about crust. You know, when you bake at home, it really makes you appreciate when you go to a bakery and order things. You're like, wow, this is not that easy. Maybe I'll just use my hands to spread it out. Yeah, why not?
Why not? Wing it.
Add a little more flour. All right, I think the flour's helping.
Yeah.
The rolling pin doesn't seem to be helping very much. It seems to be like just destroying it.
Yeah, the rolling pin's making it worse.
Yeah. Maybe I just don't know how to use a rolling pin.
That's why you don't have any in the drawer.
Yeah. Should we show them the rolling pin drawer?
Yeah.
This is where I got the drawer. The rolling pin out of. I have a whole lot of rolling pins in there. Okay, you know what? Let's forget the rolling pin. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. Before they invented rolling pins.
Hands.
Yeah. That's good, right? It's good size.
Yeah.
Okay. She's peeling up. Got a little hole, but we can patch her up.
That's fine.
That's mostly good.
8 out of 10. For the transfer.
Good dismount. I know last time I talked about this with my mom, because I thought that the last time I made this there just wasn't enough crust, but she was telling me that you just, like pie crust, you just gotta make it really thin.
Her I trust.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's probably thin enough, right?
I think it's sizable too.
Yeah.
Just hope that
The transfer goes well.
Craig.
I can do it. I floured the table, floured the surface. It's mostly coming up. A little bit of a hole, but you can always patch it.
Why not? Like you said.
Look at that. Okay, this is doing even better than the first time I made this. When my mom made this before, like when we have a YouTube video from years ago, my mom making this, I think it was like 7 years ago. She just bought it from the store. So, because I was like, oh, I'll go back and see how my mom did it. And then she whipped out a package. I was like, that's not going to be very helpful this time. But I know that my mom has made it before. But I think that's why she bought the crust, because she's like, look, I've made this before. I don't want to make it. I know how hard it is.
Were you supposed to butter the thing at all?
I might have been supposed to spray it. I don't know. We'll see when it comes out.
We'll get it out of there one way or another.
I tell you what, if we gotta lick it out of the pan, we will. There's still not quite enough crust in here, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I just gotta end it right there. I'm just gonna be doing this all day. And then all you gotta do is flop this in here. There should be like a mountain of apple pie and cinnamon and sugar. Or apple, cinnamon, and sugar. This was all over my car last time. So, just gotta do our best to keep it inside the pie this time. Scott, you wanna try a piece? Like a raw one?
Yeah.
Good?
Oh yeah. You're gonna make 2 batches of just this.
Alright, now.
Lots of flour.
Yep, more flour this time. Partially to flour the crust, but then also make sure it doesn't stick. So we're gonna form it into a ball. No, let's flatten it out since we're part of the no rolling pin party.
Yes, none of that.
We're anti-rolling pin here. Wait, before I put this on, I have to dot it with butter. Don't let me forget about that.
Dot it.
Yep, that just means like you put in little chunks. Oh boy, oven's ready. Gotta hurry. Yeah, we gotta hurry, because if we want to be able to surprise Julia too, then we gotta hustle. You know what? That's mostly good, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear when someone's baking something for you. That's mostly good. Or like if you're getting your hair cut, yeah, That's close enough, right? Like something you really don't want to hear is oops.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoa, oh,
My bad.
how short again do you want that? You know, there's a little bit of hole, but we'll patch her up. We gotta.
That's okay though, because people put holes in there.
Yeah, we gotta put some slits in there anyway.
Oh, you were supposed to butter it.
Oh, right.
Dot it with butter.
Yeah.
It's alright, you can just pick up the sides.
We used all the butter. Okay, so we gotta use this butter. Gotta open up a new package.
From the camera, it looks like you're dotting it with cheese.
Butter. Healthy butter. Okay, this will still have to be the bottom though.
Yeah.
Because it's got all the apple guts on it. Okay, now for the dismount. All right, ready, Scott? Hands over the cameras. A little bit of holes. But
Honestly, better than the first time.
yeah. All right, so we can cut some off of here, put some over here, like that. You know, forget about it. Hey, shh. Yeah. I'm doing important surgery right now. Apple pie surgery. Nothing more important than apple pie surgery at this moment. I'm gonna cover up the holes just so I can cut more holes. Anyway, so now gotta make sure it can breathe. It's not a very continuous slit because I'm like running into apple, so it's hard because I can't cut all the way down sometimes. All right, so that's a little not super pretty, but should taste amazing as long as we don't spill it all over the car. So this was the top secret next step. So you can't share this with everybody, okay? I'm just gonna put this on the internet. And I'm trusting you guys. But you have to put this around the crust. Otherwise, you will have excessive browning of the crust. So this will protect the crust. You're gonna put this in the oven for 35 minutes at 425, like this. And then after 35 minutes of cooking like this, you will take it off and cook it for another about 15 minutes or so. Just kind of eyeball the crust because you're really not like, there's nothing raw on the inside. So it's pretty much just like making sure the crust is all cooked. And then once the crust is all cooked, the inside will definitely be all cooked. So 35 minutes in the oven, 425, and you got yourself, well, mostly cooked apple pie. Another 15 minutes, so I'm gonna have myself. All right, she is not ready yet, but we gotta take the foil off and then give it a little bit more time. And then okay, all right, you can take a little bit of browning on the top. It's a little bit ugly, but you know, it's pretty. It's the taste that counts. All right, moment of truth. Oh, don't want to turn it off because I'll turn the whole oven off because you gotta check the bottom. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, yeah, the top is looking good. This maybe could cook a little more, but like, okay, look at all the bubbling of the apple though.
The golden brown, I think is.
I think it is. I think it's done. Oh, I just flipped that up. So, whoops.
It literally looks like a perfect golden brown.
Yeah, I think this looks good actually. It's just a little, meh, but she'll probably taste great, especially with the vanilla ice cream.
You can hear the sizzling.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think you did a great job.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with this.
Now it's time to dump it in the backseat.
I know, right? As a tradition. Deliveries only, and we've got a delivery, and I'm gonna do my best not to drop it. An undropped apple pie. Can you believe it?
Yeah, put it down, put it down.
I could put down the metal, right?
Oh yes, yes you may. That looks beautiful, Craig.
Thank you.
I'm
I
so
tried.
proud of
The
you.
crust is a little ugly, but it'll taste great.
It's beautiful.
It's very buttery. I can
I'm
tell you that
very
much.
happy to. Ooh, hi.
Yeah, it just came out of the oven.
I'd be very happy. But we have to let it
Wow.
sit.
think
If you know this,
gorgeous.
We have to let it sit for an hour to all go when you open it.
Well, are we just gonna all eat it immediately? Like, isn't it gonna be gone in like 15
Well, you know what?
minutes?
Instead of cutting it out into pieces, why don't we just use forks?
Yeah, we'll just.
Eat right out of it.
Yeah.
Like we're
Animals.
uncivilized.
Animals with animals with opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
I think that's lovely, and I'm glad you didn't give up.
Right. As my redemption apple pie.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did a
You
great
gonna
job.
insert the photo of
Did
the
you?
one you
Yeah.
dropped in the car.
Did you help him? Scott?
No, I moral support.
Okay. So do you now know how to make pie crust? Now you've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sound sure of
You gonna
yourself.
do it when you go home?
I think he saw how it was made. He was like, you know what?
No,
I
we're
could
gonna do
just
this.
buy it for a couple
We're gonna
bucks.
do
I could
this.
buy it for like $4 or $5.
I was like, wow, this could have been a lot quicker without having to make the crust.
Oh, that's
All food would be.
Yeah.
True.
It's better this way.
Yeah.
smells
Flaky.
so good.
I could just eat pie
When
crust.
when we first put it in the oven, it smelled like butter. It just smelled like a butter pie. But then as it kept cooking, then it started smelling like an apple pie. So there's
Apple butter.
definitely butter in this apple
Apple-
pie.
How much butter would you say?
There's 2/3 of a cup for the crust, and then you just dot like 2 more tablespoons in the apple pie itself. So
Wow.
yeah, a little over.
It's a lot of
It's like
butter.
it's like a heaping 2/3 cup.
Yeah.
So most of a cup.
Yeah, so this should be take care of
Who
your
wants
butter
some?
requirements.
Yeah.
for the
So
day.
this is like the base of any healthy food pyramid is butter anyway.
Right.
So
We
we're getting
like-
all our butter requirements
We
out
like
for the day.
apples with our butter.
Yes. Was
A little bit.
a little bit of apple with
Yes.
butter. All right, I should definitely go surprise my dad with this.
Oh my God, you owe us.
I owe you.
Yeah.
And I didn't drop it either.
Wow. Ooh. Whoa, that smells good.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's good.
Come on over, Julia. Take a smell.
Wow.
Steve loves pie.
Oh, sheesh. you want to take a whiff?
Wow.
I must. Yeah, control your urges, Julia.
Ooh, I can like. It's still warm.
Makes you want to
Whoa,
swear,
whoa.
I guess. Okay, fine. You guys can start eating your apple pie now.
Okay.
Everyone's been dying to eat it.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah?
You should do this every day.
Thumbs up.
You got me.
How dare you?
4 thumbs up.
4.
Five.
Five.
We're gonna negotiate.
16 thumbs up.
I don't
Good
think you're gonna
crust?
get much of a
Wow.
Do you make the
response.
crust?
Yeah, I made it from scratch, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't drop it.
Good.
And I was there for it, so you really did.
He
Yeah,
really,
you
you
can
know,
vouch for him.
And he
He-
didn't even throw it on the ground this time?
Mm-mm.
he knows exactly how much butter is in it.
Let's not talk about it.
You want to go?
No, I heard.
It's less than a cup.
It's a lot.
That's 2 sticks. Yeah, that's 2 sticks right there.
I thought, how much was it again?
2/3 of a cup.
See? Less
Plus
than a cup.
2 more tablespoons in the filling. So,
So basically, we're just eating butter.
when we first put it in the oven, it kind of just smelled like butter. And then later on, it started
The
smelling like
question-
apple pie.
It does taste good.
How far do you think you could get into a stick of butter just eating it?
I tried, remember?
One bite.
Didn't I try, Mom?
You did, but you were pretty young. Well, no, you just tried, but I got there before you sink your teeth into it. But you did say, I like butter.
Like butter.
I thought she already bit some of it.
And the funny thing is I did that too.
And then we went out there and she had a butter stick in her hand.
I did that, but the thing is, I did that when I was little. But I ate the stick of butter.
She succeeded.
Yes, I did.
You just almost
Really
did?
like that.
I guess I just got one bite in.
Oh.
Because she was an only child.
Wait, you ate the whole stick?
Only child syndrome.
Maybe.
Mom.
No way. You actually ate the whole stick of butter.
She was
That's what I've been
hungry.
told.
How old were you?
Like 3.
Like 12.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was like last year.
47.
But see, my mom had,
an adult.
Like a
there was
year
2
ago?
older kids and a younger kid. She didn't know what I was doing. And I was very
She didn't
quiet.
know what I was
I would
doing.
sneak around doing
Uh-oh.
stuff.
We have company coming in.
Who?
Customers?
Yes.
Wait, can we put up like an apple pie sign?
Hi, how are you?
You should be scared. If I walked in and
Yeah,
saw
you
everybody
helped
eating
us
pie, I'd
with
walk
this.
out.
I'd walk over to the pie.
So Ezra's usually gluten-free, but he's going to try a little bit.
I'm cheating.
Don't tell the gluten-free police.
Cheater.
Wait, Caitlin, what did you just say about the apple crust?
I said, it's actually really good. I said, I don't usually
like crust, but it's perfect. It's like baked perfectly.
You like that even plain, you said?
Yeah. Normally I don't like it, but it's delicious. He's a chef.
Oh yeah.
Is it worth the cheap?
Very good crust. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Apple pie.
Especially, it's still hot too. Like melting the
Can't
ice
have
cream.
cold apple pie.